Thank you so much for joining me for my second episode of ASMR videos. In this one, I would like to share you a book by an author you might be familiar with. If you have been following my channel, I have interviewed him a while ago. If you're new to the channel, you will find out soon enough about his work, as I will read you a little bit from his novel Given to Fly. So this is the cover of the book, if you haven't seen it before, and look at that, isn't that cool? Whoever did the artwork did a really good job. Look at this, it's quite intriguing, isn't it? So I will read you a little bit from the blurb, and you will understand a bit why I think this book is important to be shared with more people, and why I enjoyed it so much. John Rivers is a kind and imaginative 11-year-old whose new home may be cozy, but there's nothing magical about it. What he doesn't know is that magic is actually closer than he thinks. After strolling up a hill near his house, he finds a cliff with a cove at the bottom with a huge tree growing over the water. What's special about this particular tree is that it currently serves as the resting spot for a house that defies logic while embracing the amazing. As curious as he is kind, one look at Odd Manor is all it takes for John to jump at the chance to explore a new world of wonder. Given to Fly is the 13th book by Puerto Rican indie author J.D Estrada. It is a work that shies away from violence in favor of exploring the inner child we all have, that is always ready and willing to dream. And this is the back cover with the blurb I've just read you. I love the back cover even more than the cover. I've mentioned this before in my videos. It reminds me of The Little Prince, which is a book that I love. And it's actually the book that made me want to be a writer. So I like the paper of this book, and the size of this book is not too large, it's not too short. It's a very good size for people to enjoy a story in. So I'll read you the dedication, which says, "To each and every person who has dreamed of flying and woken up smiling. And the artwork, by the way, is by Rafael Tangal. You can see the information. I will read you now from the chapter 1, because I think it's a nice introduction to this book. Chapter 1. The Move, the Road, and the House. There was a boy who dreamt of flying. John Rivers wasn't alone in the world, that's for sure. Hundreds of surveys around the world have shown that if people could have 3 wishes or a superpower, the ability to fly often pops up on the top of said list or very near that top. Great artists have been profoundly impacted by the power of flight, and inventions abound to achieve this very feat. Airplanes, helicopters, hang gliders, parasailing, zeppelins, hot air balloons, and rockets are just a few of the more common ones. One of the the child in all of us. I think this is how I felt when I read it, probably like 2 years ago, because this book was published in 2018 and we're now in 2020. So, another reason, other than just wanting to share the good work of a fellow indie author, was to help him celebrate his mom. He has this hashtag, Cheers Mama Estrada. His mom passed away a while ago, and he's doing this to celebrate his mother, which I can tell he loved very, very much. So please help me celebrate his mom and his work by sharing this video and trying out his book, one of his many books. He has books of poetry, books of non-fiction, books of fiction like novels and short novels. So yeah, it's I'm glad I found him on the internet and connected with him. If you have missed my first episode, my first ACMR episode, in that one I read from the book of Hilary Burton Morgan, The Rural Diaries, and I wasn't finished reading that book when I read you from it, and I must say now, after I finished it a while ago, that I love it. It's one of the best books I've ever read, and I urge you to read that one as well. I'll probably do a review video on that, full review, proper review, not just a preview, because I love that book so much. So if you have liked this video and the previous video, if you've seen that one, please leave your comments below and let me know what else you'd like to see, what you like, what you think I could improve or share more about in my videos. I will be sharing the work of more people in the future. At the moment I am currently working on my second kids picture book, which will be my 5th independent book. It's called Miss Camellia and the Hugel Culture Mound, how Miss Camellia found her smile again, and I can't wait to share that book with you. So yes, thank you for joining me today and listening to the work of indie author J.D Estrada. I hope you're doing well during this time, and I hope my videos help you a little bit to bring a smile to your face. Please share this video if you can, and use the hashtag cheersomeonetoday, which is one of the hashtags I use to celebrate great people and spread positive things, which I